For a number of years, I've used an Aputure Lightstorm 120D lighting unit with a Light Dome 2 softbox diffuser. Then along comes the Lightmon series from GODOX and this unit. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone and welcome to Tech. Today we are talking about the GODOX Lightmon series of lights, specifically the LA200Bi color. A number of companies have been recently getting into making budget-friendly video lights, and GODOX is certainly no exception. Now before we continue, a disclaimer. GODOX did reach out to this channel and asked if I wanted to review this light, the LA200Bi, as well as their P90G parabolic softbox. I told them, hell no, go away and please don't bother me or this channel anymore. No, I'm kidding. I did tell them I would take a look at it. However, GODOX is not sponsoring this video. They did not pay me to talk about this light. They had no input into the creative process of this video. Nothing. They haven't even seen this video until right now when it's been published for all of you. This video does have a sponsor though, and that is Tech Backstage. Go check it out when you get a moment. Okay, that's it. Let's get on with the light. This unit right here, the LA200Bi, is actually 1 in 4 lights in a new lighting series from GODOX. The version we are looking at today is the $350 bi-color version. This light outputs a maximum of 230 watts to an illuminance value of 79,200 lux at 1 meter away with the included reflector. The unit itself weighs 3.1 pounds, which makes it super light and also very compact. This is a great light to take on location as it has quite a small footprint. It has a working environment temperature of 40 degrees Celsius all the way down to minus 10 degrees Celsius, and it has a Bluetooth transmission distance of 30 meters. Now the box that contains the light kit includes a rather large power brick, cords and cables, and the light itself with a protective plastic cover, a reflector, and a little fixing band that, I'm not even sure I would ever use this thing. Overall, the light unit feels very solid and well built. It's made out of hard plastic, but it has a metal Bowens mount right on it. Now, regarding power, this light does take 48 volts of DC, so this may limit your power options for plugging it into some kinds of portable batteries or power stations. Let's talk about the light output itself. Here it is at 50% power, or you could turn it to 100%, freeze! And here it is at 1%. 1%. It's a 2300 watt light with a color temperature range of 2800 to 6500 Kelvin. It has a color rendering index of 96 with a TLCI of 97. And both of these ratings are very good for a light of this budget range. The light switch uses a stepless adjustment from 0% to 100%. Now from an ergonomic standpoint, I think this is a great light. I also happen to own and use the Aputure 200D as well as the Lightstorm. And I actually like the Ergonomics much better on the GODOX light. And you wouldn't think so, but ergonomics are so important when setting up and striking down lights. For example, on the Aputure, when you have a softbox or something, connected into the Bowens mount, when you go to remove it, there's this little switch right here. And this switch sucks. It is such a pain in the butt. Look at this. You have to press so hard with your thumb. It actually hurts. It's made out of metal, and when you have a heavy modifier on and the weight, and you're pressing down and you're like, you're trying to take the thing off, right? And get it there, just to take it off. Pain in the butt, okay? But with the GODOX, watch this. You want to take something off of it? Just press the switch, very easy. Dink, just like this, and out it comes. I think this light is so much better from an ergonomic point of view. In fact, I'll give you another example. Look at the handle on the Aputure, okay? I want you to listen, all right? If you're wearing headphones, turn your volume all the way up right now, okay? You ready? You ready? This thing is hard to turn, it's loud, kind of goofy and annoying. Now, let's look at the GODOX. Check this out. I'm sorry, did you hear that? I'll do it again. You can also press this button right here and adjust it. Look at that. It's better ergonomically all the way around, much more pleasant to use. And that makes a huge difference when you are monkeying around with attaching one of these large units to it. When it's attached on the thing, right? like that, and you're having to fiddle with that switch, the rest of the ergonomics also work very well. I love having two different physical control dials, one to control the intensity and one to control the color temperature right on the unit. A number of manufacturers will combine them into one single button, which sucks because you can accidentally press that button in when you're handling the light and you'll trip it to a setting that you didn't mean to, and then you have to stop what you're doing and figure out how to get back to where you were. Now the on-off switch is just okay. It's nothing special, but it works well enough. The LCD screen on the back is clear and readable. Let's talk about the cooling fan and the noise, which is always an issue when shooting video because it will be picked up by your microphone with your audio. The fan pretty much stays on all the time, regardless of what light intensity you have it set to. The minute you turn this thing on, the fan is going to turn on and it's going to stay on the entire time. Here's what the fan sounds like. I have it pressed right against my mic right here. If you're shooting and you have it right next to your microphone, yes, your mic is going to pick up the fan noise. But if the fan is, say, right here, or something like that, I don't think it's going to be a problem. In my testing, I did not pick up any fan noise when I recorded. And if I did, I couldn't hear it. Now, in addition to the regular lighting functions, this light also comes with a number of pre-installed lighting effects. Yeah, these are kind of a gimmick. Most of them you'll never use. However, there are a few of them that I see being useful when combined using a bi-color temperature feature of the light, such as candle, fire, or firework. And here's candle. Let's do a quick comparison now between my current Aputure lighting setup of $764 with this GODOX $494 setup. Okay, here is how I look with the Aputure Lightstorm as the key light. This is the light I normally use in my studio each and every time I film a video. And here I am now being lit by the GODOX light, and as you can see from this comparison, the GODOX light, interestingly enough, is only at 40%. Now, all aspects of the GODOX light can be controlled by their app. I don't know why it is that companies still have trouble releasing a good, polished, usable smartphone app. The GODOX app is just okay. It's better than the current Fujifilm app, that's for sure, but it still lacks good usability, polish, and I did have trouble connecting to the light if my phone's Bluetooth was turned off and then turned back on again. I also found the controls itself on the app somewhat clunky. When certain dialog boxes would pop up, I'd have to tap a number of times in order to close them out, that kind of thing. Now the app, when it does work, allows you to control the power, the color temperature, and the effects of the light. And just like the Sidus app for the Aputure, you can set up different scenes and then control a bunch of these lights together. Now, unlike the Aputure 120D, which has its own remote control and operation panel, of course, it costs $200 more, right, than this light, you need to rely on an app for any sort of remote control. And because having a smartphone app is now so important to use any light, I think that GODOX does need to outsource a better software developer and really focus on app usability and reliability. In the meantime, the app works. Now, while I love the cord that connects this unit to the wall, they certainly made it long enough and it's durable. What I think they could improve on is the length of the cord that connects this unit to the actual light itself. Maybe just another meter or two would be great. The light, however, is an A, and I love this little light, especially when combined with the GODOX P90G parabolic softbox. It's so easy to set up, and I love that hole in the middle, which allows me a better grip to remove the unit from the Bowens mount. That, in combination with the much better designed release mechanism over the Aputure. In fact, if I had to decide on whether to get the Aputure Amaran 200X or 200D right here, or this GODOX LA200, I would get the GODOX unit every single time, both for the ergonomics, for the light output, for the portability, and the build quality. I think it's a great light. Well, that wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I will be signing off now, but have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in a new video next week. Take care.